Welcome to the first installment of Marvel Rivals lore. What we'll be covering is the lore as the game evolves. We will be taking a look at the game itself, we will be taking a look at the characters within the game, and we will be taking a look at mostly the characters in the 616 universe until such time as we get more information about the actual ones in this game. Now, what do I mean by that? Why do I say in this game? Well, in order to answer that, we have to kind of talk about the multiverse. Here is the multiverse. You'll see there's different, this is the MCU's version of things. But essentially, these are all time breaks in which time has branched off. There may be other multiverses around, and there may be, I don't know, they're doing it a little different than the comics do it. And the video game, we're not sure which one it's using, and we would assume it's not actually this one, but more of a bunch of different timelines running together. See, the timelines themselves have events that can't be changed, right? They're just what they are. And in that case, you would not see branches like this necessarily. You may see some, but you would see above and below this and around it, you would see all different timelines that were also kind of doing the same thing. Here's the problem. Here's the problem we have. You have two Dooms. They're both doing time travel experiments. You have the Earth 616, which is main canon, and you have the Earth 1992, which is 2099. What they do is they cause a time stream entanglement, as they're calling it, and they end up creating the Chronoverse. They haven't given that a name to my knowledge yet. That might be outdated information by the time I publish this, but so far there's no number designation that I know of. Now, when they did that, different heroes and villains are being pulled from different universes, which means they're not the heroes we know and love from 616. They're not even like the Age of Apocalypse ones we know and love yet. They're just other heroes and villains whose motivations are going to be quite different. Some very little different, some a lot different. Here we see quite a few of the characters. You got Magneto over here, Spider-Man, Hulk, Venom, Iron Man, and some of them look very similar to their 616 counterparts. But Magneto looks pretty different with those rings on his back the way they are, and Iron Man with the triangle and the belt on Hulk the way it is. These are somewhat redesigned characters, and that's because they're not 616. In fact, right now, each one of these comes from a TRN universe, which is a temporary reality number. We don't know where they come from. Marvel hasn't told us yet. NetEase hasn't told us yet, and many of us hope they will, so we can start tying them into different areas of the comic books and stuff. But as of right now, we're just giving them temporary numbers so we can identify which ones they're talking about. If you go and look at some of the other characters, like Namor or even Strange in some of his other costumes, and that's the other thing too. These are like the base costumes. The other costumes are going to get even crazier, and you have Jeff the Shark in here somewhere. You have Captain America, who has not a vibranium shield, but a shield that actually has energy to it. There's a lot of things going on here. Go look at Thor. It's an old man. Thor's an old man. So we don't know exactly what universes they come from, but what we do know is that some of them are picking sides. They each have different ideas on how to get out of this, how to fix this, and because of that, they're warring with each other. But also, someone like Hela over here and Loki, they're teaming up to try and use this to gain more power. You have T'Challa, who's used it to make Wakanda a galactic power. So they went from an isolationist, a strict isolationist, where the rest of the world didn't even know they existed, to coming out there. But now T'Challa is trying to make them a galactic power in the Chronoverse. So their motivations are definitely different. The characters are twisted just enough. The team-ups that this leads to are kind of cool. And we haven't even scratched the surface, because in their season one alone, they're going to give us 4 new characters. They've already given us Reed Richards and Sue Storm, and they're going to give us Johnny and the Thing very, very soon. So we're going to get 4 characters, and then I believe they said that they're going to give us 2 every season. And even if they only give us 1 every season, for a game like this, that would be truly amazing. right? Because you don't even get a new character every single season with other games that are like this, like Overwatch and stuff. So it's going to be interesting watching these characters develop and the storylines develop. Because again, we have those two different factions trying to figure out how to get out of here. You have Iron Man trying to figure it out. You have Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch trying to figure out how to just hold everything from collapsing in on itself, while the other teams, led by Spider-Man, and I forget who leads them on the other side, but Spider-Man's daughter is on the other side, and with Venom, right? But it's not this Spider-Man's daughter, because he doesn't have one. It is her version of Spider-Man, and then this Venom telling this Spider-Man that he killed his Spider-Man, so it's getting crazy. So we're gonna have to see where it goes from here, but there's definitely gonna be a lot of lore and a lot of backstory to a lot of these characters that we're probably gonna learn over time, and it's gonna be fun seeing how it works out and plays out. So please, check the link in my bio. You can check me out on other platforms. I'm going to be posting a bunch of content about Rivals, whether it be gameplay content, highlights, or lore about the different characters and such. But come back and check it out, and let me know in the comments if you liked this video. But please, tap the buttons. Tap the buttons.